We are here at the Goodwill today. It's our first Goodwill visit of 2022, so I'm hoping it's going to be good to us, but I'm not sure what to expect. So let's head in and see what we can find that we can buy and flip for a profit. Here we go. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that I can buy and flip for a profit. I'm the Crazy Wave Lady, and welcome to my channel. Today we are skipping directly to the brown aisle, and look at this right here. Doesn't this look familiar? We actually picked up a little Lion bottle that was very similar to this in a recent video. This is $1.99, and I wasn't sure if this was made by UCTI or Otagiri. It's definitely made in Japan, but I think we'll put that in our cart. These were actually what attracted me to this aisle. I thought maybe they were made from wood, but it turns out they're made from like paper, so I don't think they're as good as I thought they were. This kind of reminds me of the Anthropology vases that have the applied florals on them. They're usually two colors. This is kind of a mix of colors. It's definitely not that, but the Anthropology vases with applied flowers, they can sell really well, so I'm always looking for those. These dishes down here have an interesting pattern to them, kind of modern looking. It says something cappuccino. They are made by Le Porcelain. They're kind of cool, but those usually sit for a while, so we'll pass on those. I've seen these cows here sell decent, but unfortunately this particular cow is missing one of his feet. So he is a three-legged cow. It is the cow parade. Like I said, some of them can sell very well. It's a shame he's broken. This is a nice silver overlay piece. Oh, unfortunately. Wait, no, I thought that was a crack. That's just part of the etching. It's not cracked. It has a floral etching on it. It is silver overlay. One of the things I look for when I'm looking at silver overlay is how worn the silver is. This silver is tarnished, but it's not terribly worn. So I think that's a great piece for $2.99. Probably looking at 15 to 20 bucks on that. It's my guesstimate. In the world is this thing? It's kind of a lucite box. It says nosh on it. I don't know if that's like, you know, like not when you nosh on things. Kind of a slang word. It's $1.99. It could also be someone's name. You know, perhaps somebody's parents named them Nosh. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go with the slang word of Nosh and assume that it's made for treats. It's a cool little cube box. $1.99. We'll stick that in there. This looks like Williamsburg reproduction pottery, and it's marked there on the back. WPF. I'm not sure if that stands for Williamsburg, but I don't see those pieces fetching a terrible amount of money, so that will stay. And we found the glass. It's a beautiful Amberina bowl. You can see the pontil scar on the bottom. They've got $6.99 for it, but that's a really decent piece. I would expect probably 25 to 30 bucks for that, maybe more. I like to estimate conservatively, so we'll see how that does. Other piece is this green one here. It's surprisingly heavy. I mean, it's $2.99. It's kind of shaped like a brandy snifter. I like the green and the red contrast. Nice Christmas colors. We'll stick that in there. This one's probably 18 to 25 bucks. I think we've looked at this one before, and it is missing its sugar, and so we left it behind. That's curious. I know you guys love when I use that word. I like the contrast of it. It kind of has a vintage look with the pink and the blue. It's kind of a neat looking mirror for 10 bucks. It's definitely got some age to it. And I was kind of worried the bird was supposed to have two wings, but it's not. This is really cool. Andrew would get a kick out of this. It's extremely heavy, so it's likely a booth piece. But $9.99? I just have to be careful because it looks like the glass is masking tape. They use masking tape to make sure the glass doesn't fall out. That's a little frightening. Everybody knows duct tape is really what you want to do. But for $9.99, all day. So mind if I just pull this cat piece out here? Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. is so much fun. 1975. It's got a cat on it. That's amazing. That was just sticking out of the bin. We'll wait our turn to go through it, but I'm kind of excited. All right, it's our turn to do a little digging through the bin. Let's see what we can find. It's a really neat rack, I guess, for magazines. Looks like there's some books down there in the bottom, a few coffee mugs. Now, some Goodwills are fussy about you going through the bins, but our Goodwill here is pretty good about it, so they don't mind if it's abandoned that you're digging through it. Here's another one. That one's kind of matchy-matchy as well. Yeah, this one does not have a price on it, so I would have to get a price at the checkout. Probably also noticed that this snuck into the cart. I didn't realize the price on it was $12.99. The bottom says Made in USA, Queen's Art Center, handmade Danish pewter. Is that what that says? Made in USA. Okay. So it is a teapot. It's very heavy. Oh, you know what I just noticed? It also has a giant dent on the side. So unfortunately, I think that's going to go back on the shelf. It kind of looks like an alebrije, but I believe it's made out of resin. Just very colorful, like a lot of the Mexico alebrije pieces. This is Ribes Rembrandt, Italy. Kind of reminds me of those botanical plates, especially the real fun ones. $1.99. It is Italy. PV is probably the mark of the artist. I think if there was a set of them, I might pick them up, but because it's just a single plate, I'm going to leave it there. So the ultimate question is, does it have age or is it modern? We're about to find out. Oh, look at that. It is older. Woodfield, manufactured by Steubenville, $3.99. Oh, I was going to say, I'm very surprised it's not chipped or cracked, but you can see there is a very small chip there on the bottom. I like the gray of that plate. It's kind of a platter. It's not something I've seen before. I'm not familiar with it, so we'll give it a shot. $3.99. Can't even see the chip from the top. This looks like it could be decent quality. I'm not seeing any markings there on the bottom. Sometimes they will be etched. I think that's just scratches that I'm looking at. I don't think it's a signature. Oh, maybe it is a signature. All right, give me a second. I've been way too long looking for a signature before I noticed that there is a chip there on the rim. So unfortunately, even if I could decipher the signature, I don't think it's worth it with the chip. That's a neat piece. I mean, it's modern, contemporary, $4.99. I like the design of it. I'm going to come over and check out the artwork that has already been put out to see if we can find anything else. That's kind of a neat piece. King size special Hulk. That's kind of fun. It's $9.99 though. $9.99. Marvel Comics. It might be worth looking up and see what those sell for, especially for $9.99. That's something I would want to look up. I couldn't find any sold, but they are listed for $74 and $75. I think without any solid sold comps, I think we'll leave that behind. It is a really cool piece, but I just don't want to take that gamble. Pulled these two pieces out of the cart. Well, it was abandoned, but I had to hurry on my way. So this cat right here is nice, $3.99. I've seen these before. I can't remember who makes them. There's no signatures on the bottom, but that should be like a $15 to $25 piece. And then we have this little egg cup, and there is a signature on there, or a marking anyway. $2.99. I wish there was more, but this was the only one I could find in the bin. I like the design on it. We're going to stick that in our cart. The Christmas stuff is still out, even though it's after New Year's. I figure it's worth checking out. I don't know if they're necessarily putting out any new Christmas stuff, so it's probably pretty picked over. But it's worth taking a peek. You never know when you're going to find one of those rare, elusive Ray Dunn pieces or something. Or, you know, a T-Rex head. You might need one of those at some point. I think I've actually looked in this box before. I feel like either somebody moved this or there's another one on the shelf somewhere, but it caught my eye, and when I turned it over, you can see how worn it is there on the bottom. Makes me think that it is probably vintage. It is a nice piece. I like the grain. A little trinket dish for beside the bed or something. For $1.99, we'll grab that. It's probably 8 to 12. I was noticing the canisters down here. Unfortunately, this one's got a chip right there that's pretty visible. They're Pier 1 imports, of course, because I'm always attracted to Pier 1 imports. And what is that back there? That's kind of different. Somebody's lower body. Yeah, those are really, really cute, but we have a lot of canisters sitting in our shop right now as buy it now, so I really don't need to be grabbing any new canisters unless, you know, they're Mackenzie Childs or something spectacular. So we'll leave those for somebody else. I'm going to pull them forward a little bit so somebody can see them because they're hiding down here on the bottom shelf. Look what I found. It's a flying pig. I usually pick these up for Dagny when I find them. Kind of a cute one. The other one I got was a weirdo. We'll grab that one for her. This piece down here looks like a candy corn. Somebody had painted it. I think it's probably a terracotta that's been painted. But I thought, you know what? Hey, that looks like a candy corn. I think that was the intent. Here we have a ton of restaurant wear. And it is marked on the bottom. Buffalo China, USA. They've got C handles there on them, but they're kind of plain. Yep, Buffalo China, USA, $2.99 a piece. Restaurant wear is something that I'll pick up occasionally, and I'll list it now as a buy it now because when I was running auctions, it just really didn't perform that well. It takes that right buyer to come along and be like, hey, I love restaurant wear. I want to buy that from you. Also got some mugs here. These are Homer Laughlin China. They're a little bit thinner than the restaurant wear. Restaurant wear is usually very thick because it was used in restaurants and it needed to be sturdy and heavy. Since those are just plain, I think we're going to pass on those. If they had some sort of design, I would probably consider them a little bit more. Those are fine china. I'm going to hang around until they brought another cart out, but I think we're going to head out of here now. There is another Goodwill down the road that I've avoided for maybe 2 years, but today may be the day that we go and see if there's anything there. Well, I've driven down the road about 10 minutes, and we are here at the Mechanicsburg Goodwill. This is another Goodwill local to me, but I have not been here in 2 years. So I'm hoping to find some goodies, and I guess we'll see what we can find and flip for a profit. Here we go. The shelves are super packed, more packed than I actually remember them being. But we're going to start here in the blue section. Our Goodwill organizes by color, so let's see what we can find. These vases are kind of fun. I imagine they're contemporary, but I like the design of them. They're very soft. There's no markings on the bottom. They're $4.99 each. They remind me of something you could pick up at like TJ Maxx or even the more higher end places like maybe Anthropologie. So we're going to grab these because they're nice. They're not vintage, but they're nice. Got some flowers here. They're not broken. They don't really strike me as being English because they're a little thicker. I find that the English bone china flowers are a lot thinner, but I'm not sure. Well, here in the green section is a little blue lamb. He looks like American pottery. You can see here there is damage to his foot, unfortunately, so he must be left behind. Actually spotted some more plates that went with this plate at the last Goodwill. These are Steubenville. I thought they were Taylor, Smith & Taylor, but I guess I'm thinking of a different pattern. Another one up here. Look at that. We should probably put them together so they're matchy-matchy. Check these out. At first I thought that it was black paint there on the rim, but these are Dorothy Thorpe, and that's applied silver. That's pretty crazy. It's very tarnished. It looks black. You can see these ones back here. a little bit different story. Unfortunately, the silver has been worn and rubbed off, but these are in incredible condition, and they are the silver band. Dorothy Thorpe only made the band. When I first started reselling, I was under the impression that the silver fade was also Dorothy Thorpe, but some collectors informed me that in fact she only did a band. So I think we'll grab those, $1.99 each. Look, we have pears in our cart today. There's this little poodle hiding here in the back. I'm afraid to move too much stuff because, there we go. It is made from resin. Sweet little poodle. These are normally really chipped up. And this little creamer hiding behind this decorative milk jug. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But unfortunately, it does have a chip here on the spout, so that's kind of a bummer. This is kind of interesting. It's wrapped in saran wrap. It's a decorative tile. It looks like a person with their hands up and a dove flying overhead. There is a marking there on the bottom. It's hard to read through the saran wrap, which I think probably actually protected it as it was on the shelf. So this is a neat piece. It's $1.99. I don't know anything about it, but I just think it's a cool art piece, and it is a wall hanging. So it's interesting. I'm sure a little research would yield that we can definitely make a profit on that. I see a little puppy butt sticking out here. Oh, he's kind of sweet. He kind of reminds me of a lab. But unfortunately, he's more contemporary, and I could probably make like $8 to $12 on the little doggy. I don't think it's really worth it for $2. I was noticing this piece here. This is something Andrew would probably gravitate towards, but I actually think he has that one. Since I'm not positive, though, I will grab that for him. Of course, this box is just fantastic. It's very kind of dainty flowers on there. I'm trying to get it open one-handed, and it's really not happening. There you go. It is a music box. Now, it is missing something here. It's actually rigged to play the music. Let's see. I wonder what the movement is. Oh, it's a Rouge movement. R-E-U-G-E. So that's a really good movement. I think we'll grab that. It's just kind of, that wire there is just kind of awkward. But, I mean, it's a beautiful music box. And it's a Rouge music box. So this is definitely worth picking up for $1.99. Well, these are a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but I see other resellers picking up items like this. I guess printer toner. They're in the box, and they're all wrapped up, still sealed in the bag. I have no idea what this is even, but I do know that there is resale value in toner from watching other YouTubers out there who are more in the general merchandising side of things. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that these have a profit margin. I did look them up briefly. I looked up toner and then that number, and some of them are selling for upwards of $50. So I'm not sure if that's what we could get for these, but the fact that they're still sealed in the box, if you know anything about buying and reselling items like this, just let me know in the comments, because this is completely outside my comfort zone, but I feel like there's something good. My goodness, will you look at that? Beautiful wooden flowers. Those are so pretty. It's unfortunate that some of them are broken. That's kind of a bummer. It is a pretty little bouquet, but I think the damage is just too much. I was getting ready to head towards the checkout and noticed this little trinket box here. They've got $2.99 on it. We can usually get anywhere from $15 to $25 for these, sometimes more. I find that when they go higher than that, they usually have their original little trinket on the inside, and this one does not, but it's still a nice piece. And the fact that it's not broken or chipped, I think it has something going for it. So we will add that to our cart here. And we're going to head up towards the checkout with our toner and other miscellaneous items. Well, unfortunately, I can't really make out the signature even when it's not in all that saran wrap, but it really is quite the piece. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to represent, but I like it. Total spend here at this Goodwill was $40. The toner was $5 for each of those. The vases I think were about the same, so it came out to about 40 bucks. But I feel like we got some good pieces today. I even went outside my comfort zone just a little on those toner things. But like I said, I see other resellers picking them up, and I thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot and see what we can do. So I'm gonna get out of here now. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat and then figure out where I'm going next. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see all of you tomorrow. So long. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.